Welcome to the Lexi and Jai Show podcast.
Wicka. For spiritual gangsters who want a dose of the spiritual mixed with fun.
Like and subscribe so we can be best friends.
Nailed it.
Hi, welcome back to another edition of the Lexi and Jai Show podcast.
Hi.
Hi. Roll call, Lexi.
Yeah. Present.
Okay.
Present in this moment.
Yep, and I'm
Jai.
also present.
Yeah. Good.
We've got a few things to talk about today.
We do.
Yeah. Can I just start with, though, something that is going to be left field to you because we didn't speak about this to start with.
Okay.
So I want to talk about, it's going to be a bit boring, but crystals, right?
Yes.
So I was over at a friend's place the other day and she pulled out this Lemurian quartz crystal.
Yeah.
And she's like, have a look in it. It's encoded with information.
Yeah.
And I looked in it and looked up to because you only at a certain angle you can see a reflection. I legit saw angel wings in this crystal, and I'm like, it just looks like face value. Just looks like any sort of clear quartz. But yeah, what's the go with that? How do they get that information in there?
Yeah.
And how do you know what information is in there?
Yeah. I feel like because crystals, obviously, with their frequencies and stuff, like because they form under pressure for so long, like you have to think that's like they're storing, like essentially, I don't know. I kind of liken it to crystals are learning lessons. You know what I mean?
They're learning their own.
Yeah, learning their own lessons, and they're like constantly integrating. So like they're integrating that information or storing it for a very long time.
Yeah. Okay.
So to have like angel wings or there can be a whole range of things, but that information, I've actually got a quartz crystal at home that's got like a prism that looks like a prism inside of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so cool. And so to connect, to have that prism, when you can meditate with the crystal and tune into that energy, and the downloads you get is just insane.
And then how do you tune into that particular energy?
You
like
just set
place
the
your
intention.
attention on it?
Yeah, just set the intention.
Okay.
Before you start, doing some breathing.
Yeah. I'm already breathing.
Yeah. I mean,
We'll start over.
I was going to say conscious breathing, but I'm like, I suppose,
yeah, it still works.
More aware of your breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how you...
That's how I start meditating. Conscious breathing.
Conscious breathing.
Yeah. Is that not how you... Have I been doing it wrong the whole time? You're meant to focus on your breathing. That's conscious breathing, right?
Well, I call it conscious breathing, but it just sounds funny. Like the terminology sounds funny.
Okay. I thought I was back to square one for a minute.
I'm like, because, obviously I am conscious and I'm breathing.
Yeah. That's right.
So, yeah. I get a bit funny with terminology sometimes. Maybe it's just a semantics issue. But...
yeah, it's okay. So, okay, so the clear quartz crystal is just junk compared to a Lemurian quartz, is it?
The clear quartz is like...
Just chuck them out?
Chuck them out. The clear quartz is still quite powerful. It's just... I know. I guess it's similar to souls or different people with frequencies that you connect to. Like some people would really struggle having a Lemurian crystal.
Just too strong.
Yeah, or like
some stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or they probably just don't even, or it's like so far out of their resonance sphere at that time. Yeah, that they'd be like, cool. It's a crystal, like not get anything from it. Yeah. But yeah, it does depend on each person's frequency. Yeah. Also, like how much that resonance is going to affect them. I know a lot of people with like Moldavite.
Oh man.
Yeah. How was your experience coming Moldavite?
Yeah. So when I first got Moldavite, and I don't own it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. Like by choice, or it decided to leave?
I don't know. I would assume that it decided to leave because it's
gone to help someone else.
Yeah, because it's all about transformation, and I'm pretty sure I transformed. Optimus.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that. You know, Optimus Prime.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So, it was given to me by my mum for my birthday.
Oh.
Right, and I was working at Toyota at the time.
Mm.
And I'm like, sweet. So I've got it, and I put it in my top pocket.
Yeah.
And then I just felt so weird straight away.
Mm.
Right. And
do you have that weird sensation across your chest
and
your shoulder? Yeah.
And I was talking to this customer, and I was typing stuff, and looked down at the keyboard, and the keyboard turned green. I'm like, what the hell? I walked out the back, and I messaged my friend. I'm like, dude, this is what's happened. And she goes, you're not meant to keep it on you all the time. And I'm like, no, I'm riding this wave. And it was full on and intense.
How long did you have it?
Oh, I don't know.
Like, I mean, like, how long did you have it on you?
Oh, like the whole day.
Oh my gosh.
It was great.
I've had people that get it and they'll message me and they'll have it on like a necklace or something and they'll wear it.
Yeah.
And I had one lady, she's like, I had it on for 3 days.
Yeah, which is fine if you can hack it, I reckon.
She was just like, my life is falling to pieces. I'm like,
but it's transforming.
Well,
this is how it looks.
I'm like, look, I know it feels like it's falling to pieces, but I'm like, if you want to wear that for 3 days, like, you've got to be prepared.
Yeah.
That if you've got if there's a lot of heaviness, I would say heaviness or like old.
Yeah, it can throw you into dark night of the soul.
Yeah.
Which has to happen anyway, so might as well just go race through it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely an all-in person.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, well, what's the worst that can happen?
That's right. So I had it, and it was great. It's funny you should bring up Moldavite. Laurie was telling me a story. Laurie, who we both know.
Yes, we're no friends.
Yeah, so went down to Brisbane, scored some Moldavite, like a big chunk
of
Moldavite. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, it sounds like drugs when I said it.
Yeah, it is not a drug.
No, went down to a crystal shop. And got purchased.
Yes.
Some Moldavite.
Yeah.
And she needed somebody else to drive it home because she couldn't be in the same car as it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So now
it was just the frequency was affecting her too much.
Yeah, it was just too full on.
Yeah. Some people can get crazy visuals with Moldavite.
Yeah. And and she was telling me a story like when they eventually got it home, it had to be at the complete other end of the house. And her partner would bring it just a step closer, like each week or something, just to try and get it.
Bring it closer into her auric field.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, people have some crazy reactions to Moldavite, and even so, it's like some other crystals, but especially Moldavite.
Yeah.
I just kind of more had like the tingle stuff across my chest and my shoulders.
Yeah.
And you know,
something so small too.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's tiny.
And it's like that. I had that like everything kind of warped for a second.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like a time like it warped and then just snapped back into like I guess focus.
I know that very well.
Yeah, and then I didn't. This sounds really bad. I didn't really have anything else. So I was kind of like
boring.
Everyone's talking about this, and I've heard like so many stories. And
I'm like, meditating with it.
Yeah.
On your third eye.
I'm just thinking. This was years ago. I think I did. Yeah, I've done it. I've also done a similar third eye one with the Lemurian clear quartz I've got as well. Put it on my third eye.
But maybe you passed all that stuff and you're.
Yeah, I think just like I think it depends on stages. Like probably when I had it, I'd already made a massive lot of changes. So it was probably just like, what am I here for? What am I here for? Like, you just overhauled your life already. Like, yeah. But what were you saying? Sorry about downloads. Let's talk about downloads because we can say downloads and people go, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, true. So this probably links well with the crystal because the last download I have, and downloads just energetic frequencies,
like
I guess,
information or
it could be information. Well, it almost definitely is information, but you might not perceive it as information. It just sits in could sit in your subconscious, but you get physical reactions to it, or at least you can.
Yeah.
Anyway,
have some visuals.
The downloads for Lexi and myself have been pretty intense of late, and happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So when they happen to me, I'll message Lexi, I'm like, did you just get that? And she's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah.
we'd just be tripping out for a while.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
There's
a lot of people that I've found since doing this kind of work and working in this field, I definitely have noticed the ramp up in the last, I would say 2 years, but definitely the last 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
It has just it started to go at like that warp speed, like in terms of downloads or like receiving energetic information. It's almost like every couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like, and then even there's other healers or other energy workers or readers, and they'll turn around and say, like on YouTube, and they'll go, oh, we've got massive download coming, and it feels like you're saying that. Like it's like 3 days later, massive download coming, and it's still true.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're still going to another level. It's just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But
you already know this, but I'll say this for the listeners. On Thursday, a couple of weeks ago, in the morning, I was driving to a client's house, and the downloads was so hectic that like heart expanding, and I just how you said that shift.
Yeah.
I was driving and I had to pull over because it was just too intense. It felt like I was on a drug and was like super high, super happy.
Yeah.
Like it was just, the deep breathing. Oh my God, like everything was awesome.
Yeah. Everybody love everybody.
Everybody, turn up the music and hug me. So, and then I went over to this person's place. It was only a street away, and I'm like, oh, even right now I'm getting ringing in my ear just talking about it. Yeah. And
that one was hectic.
Oh dude, it was full on. It lasted all day. Like all day and like half the night or something, and I haven't been the same since. Like I still feel it in my heart when I place my attention there.
I get the similar to you. I found like you get a lot of it in your ear. Like like your ring, like you get the ringing start first, and then it goes. You know what I mean? Like you get
absolutely.
Yeah, I get the the visuals, bright colors, and everything kind of goes like a wave.
Yeah, wow.
And it goes like a wave, and then it snaps back into focus, and then I just get all of this like heat and tingles like all through my third eye, and then
just going
like
backwards towards the ears and stuff as well.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. So, does anyone else get that, or is
if you're seeing
just us?
Wherever you're seeing it, comment and let me know. So not so weird. But to finish this story, when I got to the friend's place and I was still tripping balls, I normally use a pendulum on people's chakras to see whether the energy's running or whether they're blocked in their energy centers. And for anyone now watching on YouTube, so when I use a pendulum, if I say tell me yes, it goes in a circle.
Yeah.
And if I say tell me no, it does this, and that's how I know.
And
it's as big as that, right?
Like side to side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what happens now. Tell me yes. It does nothing but vibrate. Tell me no.
It's literally just staying still.
It's literally just like slightly vibrating on my hand. Like
that's crazy.
So that's what I want to talk about in relation to crystals. Would that mean that? And I previously just lost a moonstone crystal like this. So
can I? Sorry, just quickly.
Yeah.
Since I've known you.
Yeah, there's a lot of crystals.
Yeah. I just realized. I went, hang on a second. Since I've known you, you've lost a lot. Like, I've gotten quite a few messages of saying, I can't find my pendulum.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I also own a lot of crystals too, so it's rarely, it's not even a dent. Really.
It's not even a dent. Yeah.
But the important ones, the moldavite, that's
crazy.
Yeah.
And it's so expensive too.
But what does that mean from an energy point of view? Does that mean that this particular...
It means you're broken. I'm joking. Well,
yeah, that's what I thought, right?
No, you're not.
Because I used another pendulum and it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I've used numerous pendulums now and they don't work for me. They just vibrate in my hands.
Have you cleansed it? I honestly think it's more just a sign.
Everyone's crystals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, if you're using other people,
Yeah.
I honestly just think that you're at a point like you don't need it.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of giving you a sign that like you don't need to use this right now. Like actually use your intuitive connection instead.
Yeah.
It'll start working again, but yeah, that I reckon since that download happened.
Do you know what? I kind of don't want it to work again now because of that download. I'm like, well, if it starts working again, it's like, oh, I'm back to square one and whatever. Yeah. So, if anyone wants a pendulum, there you go.
It's not broken.
Useless to me. No, it's not broken. Other people have used it. And it's been fine. So.
I haven't actually tested. I haven't tested pendulum since that download. You just reminded me. Yeah.
Maybe try. Well, there you go.
Oh yeah. I'm like,
it's probably going to do bloody backflips.
Does it? So, do I get it to do a yes or?
Hey, pick your favourite.
Okay.
Excuse me. Oh, so it moves for you.
I'm like, is this vibrating?
It is vibrating.
Yeah. That's weird.
This pendulum's junk. Or are we junk? No.
That's weird.
Right?
Unless it's just, sorry guys, it's not moving.
Yeah. Are we vibrating above the pendulum? Are we vibrating above a crystal?
Yeah, possibly. Or you know what? It probably just doesn't resonate. Probably just doesn't, the frequency doesn't resonate.
Go home and try your crystal at home. Let me know what happens.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. And we'll update you on a future podcast.
Yeah, if we remember.
Yeah. Hey, I want to talk to you about something.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah. This is neither the time nor the place, Joy.
Yeah.
So, I want to talk about your soul power technique. I don't know. Is that your name for it? I don't even know.
I mean, I don't know. I keep changing the name.
Yeah. Okay.
Classic Lexi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. Soul technique.
Okay.
I don't know.
Soul technique.
I was going to say discovery, but it's like that doesn't feel right because you're not really discovering. You kind of already know. I don't know. Confusing.
I don't know. It's in the works, but it doesn't matter because what it is bloody magic anyway, right? So, you can probably describe what it is. I really struggle explaining it to people because they go, oh, so you kind of just have to do it.
What do we do? And I'm like, well, you shift your awareness to your soul and we go into different frequencies.
Yeah.
And
everybody says, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they go, okay.
Myself included.
They go, okay. And I say, so once we go into the frequencies, your soul knows automatically how to heal. And so your soul will show you on that frequency what is blocking it. I think I've had this comment, obviously, I've done the session with you, but essentially there's 3 different types four technically. There's a gap, there's a block, there's a shadow, or there's fog. So generally it will come up as that type of experience for someone when they're going into a frequency if something is affecting that frequency, and their soul shows them straight away. All of those things I should say that affect the frequency, they're all constructs from that, I guess, like the human experience or from your thinking mind.
Okay.
Generally speaking, they are always connected to fear. If they come up in those 4 types, it will always be fear.
Yeah.
It will always have, even if it's an anger or grief, there's always a fear connection. And so you can kind of dig deep and the soul just brings it straight to the surface and you go, oh yeah, that's cool. And you can choose to either, I shouldn't say you choose, your soul will either, you can go, okay, I'm going to clear it, and then you'll clear it and it's gone. You don't, it just goes light. Or you can dive deep, you start to dive into it and your soul will actually show you what it's connected to. Yeah. It gives you like psychic revelations or insights, really.
Yeah, okay. But you don't necessarily need to know, right?
You don't need to know. You could just decide to go, I'm just going to clear it, and your soul could still give you like a little piece of information, like that psychic insight anyway, because obviously your soul's gone, you need to know that. But yeah, I think I'm having heaps of fun doing it with people.
Well, yeah, I was having heaps of fun. So what happened with me, just for the listeners at home, is I did this technique. Bit of a backstory is a few days prior, I had lost 5 clients who had just decided to rebook or cancel for a range of different reasons, a lot to do with school not going back and things like that. But so I felt that sort of lack of abundance, and I wanted to sort of nip it in the bud. When I talked to Lexi about it, she goes, "Oh, come over here and I'll do this magic." I'm paraphrasing. And I went there, and
you're like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, well, we just got to tune into this frequency."
Into your creation frequency.
Yeah, and grounding as a frequency
that's right.
as well.
Yeah.
And in that, you could feel sensation. Well, I personally could feel sensations where it didn't feel right. And then Lexi's like, "Yeah, so this happened when you were 2, and this happened when you were 16, and this happened when you were 18. You might want to clear that." I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So, and we did, because even though I don't know how to clear it in myself, my soul did.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to not have the reins in something like that.
That's the biggest thing. Is like your thinking mind having like just stepping back.
Yeah, man. And I felt light, felt completely different. And that afternoon, I had booked in 2 more clients, I think within 2 hours, and the next morning was another 3 clients, and then another 2 clients in that afternoon. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So I
was so happy for you. Like,
man.
Yeah, it was
I was equally as happy.
That's where I like to manifest from, is your creation frequency.
Yeah.
I know we spoke about manifesting before, and it's that, I think a lot of people, a lot of approaches out there still try to do it through your thinking mind.
Yeah.
With like visualizations or your vision boards and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, it is probably, from a neuro-linguistic program part, like for your thinking mind, it would be good to have a vision board to like have that reminder, but at the same time,
I don't feel like it works unless you feel.
Exactly. Yeah, you do.
Because you have to feel what it's like to be in that moment, which starts with the creation frequency.
Yeah.
And that is literally, just for anyone who doesn't know, like I don't know how to describe it other than you just feel the word creation.
Yeah. You feel completely unlimited.
Yeah. So you just feel how it feels in your body, that word, in essence.
Yeah. Yeah, the frequency. Yeah,
which means the frequency.
What's funny is I've noticed working with people is that I can get them to go, I'll say, "Okay, I want you to feel or sense your creation frequency," and they're like, "Okay," and they start shifting in, and you can feel it going lighter. As soon as I say, "Okay, you're in your abundance frequency," trigger, yeah, thinking mind kicks in, and they go, like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna clear that." Everything tenses up. But no, it's cool. I'm having heaps of fun with it, and I'm actually really excited because we're going to be doing that in our program.
Yeah, hell yeah, we are.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting.
Cool. All right, how are we going for time, producer?
24 minutes.
24
yeah,
minutes.
I was trying to think. Actually, I'm going to take this opportunity because I know we just spoke about the soul stuff I'm doing, but I want to talk about your healings, your energy healings, because I will still say, so there's
This
two.
really just sounds like we're talking ourselves up.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, right. But I have some questions.
Okay.
So
What did you do to me?
I know yeah. I know obviously when I go for a healing with you, like I know that you would know probably better than me, so not, but my whole body, like I'm essentially shaking or get like, I don't know, not convulsing, but like,
yeah, Yeah.
from the energy.
Yeah.
And obviously you have some.
Just so you know, it's not like that for everyone. Not everyone convulses like that. It's just I don't know what it is.
Oh, really?
In particular, because you're not even there. Like you're lying there, but your consciousness is gone.
Yeah.
You're off on the
maybe
opposite
that's
side
something
of the
that
galaxy.
I need to work on.
Well, not necessarily,
Like
because the
going
healing
through.
still happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it's just a rough ride for you trying to shift things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, but I'm aware that it's happening.
Yeah.
But yes. But my question is.
Wait, can I tell a funny story?
Yes.
So when I was doing healing on Lexi, and I was working on her sacral and root chakra, and she's just lying there as you do, and then she channeled, was it Metatron or Ashtar or?
I think it might have been. Was it Ashtar?
I
can't remember. It was one of them.
No, it wasn't. It was Merlin.
Oh.
Yeah, and she starts talking as Merlin, going, "Healer, you need blue energy here."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, it was so funny.
You're
and
like, just let me
off-putting.
do my job.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he brings up her own hand, who's also just radiating energy into her chakras as well. And I was like, well, I'll go wait in the car, I guess.
Like I'm not here.
Yeah.
Well, a question I have. So, Reiki, right?
Never heard of it.
Says the Reiki teacher. Can you tell me about Reiki? Because I know that obviously there's a whole bunch of, there's so many healing modalities realistically.
Yeah.
And I know it's like kind of, when people talk about energy healing. So I used to do some like energy healings. I never did like Reiki or anything like that. I hadn't done the course.
You just never put a name to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess I just want to know, because Reiki, it's Japanese, right? Like, didn't it start in Japan? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just have some questions about.
So Reiki just means universal life force energy, right?
Okay.
So Ki is what they use for energy.
Yeah.
But it's prana.
Yeah, like
it's
chi, prana. Yeah.
It's energy.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's just.
Do they still connect it? What I find interesting though, do they still connect it to the chakras, or do they call their energy center something different? Because chakras essentially are like linked to India, or like Sanskrit basically.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But in modern teachings, they certainly link it to the chakras.
Yeah. I'm just wondering when that shift would have happened. You know?
I wasn't there, but
are you sure? Because isn't everything happening now?
I guess I was just super busy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. A lot of the texts have changed over the years anyway.
Yeah.
Just like the Bible.
It's been been modernized.
Yeah, it's been modernized. So, but yeah, literally all you do in Reiki after the attunement, where you open up to be able to channel more energy in.
So is it just like opening up, just for people if they don't know what attunement is? That's just opening up all the chakra.
It does.
Points.
Yeah. Including the crown and above, and just it's not like, because everybody's a healer.
Yeah.
They can all give and receive Reiki. It's just that if you're not attuned to it, you can only give, I think it's up to 10% or something of what you would normally do. So
or just because you don't have your awareness there.
Correct.
Realistically. Okay.
Yeah. So in opening these chakras to this Reiki energy, you get to not heal people, but you get to channel more universal life force energy into that person.
Yeah.
Which allows them to heal themselves.
Yeah.
So that's how it works, and
that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, obviously, I could be doing a session with a client and I can feel, oh my god, you know, go get a Reiki session. But it's like, it just feels funny because I'm like recommending them to go get something. I'm like, I don't actually know a whole lot about Reiki.
Yeah.
But you guys are saying you need to go.
Yeah, and I don't even do Reiki in my
yeah,
healings.
you do more like you do like multi-dimensional stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty out there.
Next level. Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't do any of that multi-dimensional stuff without
Without that
doing
activation
Reiki.
kind of attunement.
Yeah, exactly, because that really opened my eyes to a whole world of metaphysical things. So
is that how you got into? Sorry, just a quick question. So in terms of your spirit, you know, your spiritual journey, is that how was Reiki one of the ways that you started your spiritual journey?
Reiki to me was absolutely the catalyst.
Yeah. Was that your own? You had your own sessions of Reiki, or when you actually did the course?
Yeah. So I'm sure we've covered this on a previous episode, but
I don't remember. No.
we
Producers saying no.
Okay. So my partner was having some health issues, went to see a Reiki practitioner, and that practitioner, we didn't even know, even her, she didn't know what Reiki was or whatever, or what energy healing was, and but she went to it because she was out of options, and did what we thought was magic, and she came home and she slept for 2 days, 2 days, and I could only wake her to feed her. Like, it was that big energy shift in her.
Wow.
Yeah, when she finally got up, she was like a different person. So
that's cool.
So I went there and I thought, well, what is this magic? I need to witness this sorcery.
Cheers, Gypsy. No. Sorry.
And even though I didn't feel like there was anything wrong with me, I got it anyway. And she's like, you know, Jai, you know, you're a healer. And I'm like, nope. I didn't know.
You're like, thanks.
Yeah,
have a nice life.
And then she outlined different points in my life that that, you know, and I say it without being too self-absorbed.
That it's like moments of like where you
where I've helped,
helped other people. And, I don't think that's self-absorbed. That's just the truth.
Yeah, but I just thought that that was just normal for people.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, you should do this Reiki course." And I'm like, "Here's the upsell." But I did it anyway because it felt right.
Yeah.
And I went from there. When the attunement happened, and the attunement music was on, which I still use to this day in Reiki attunements, which
cool.
Because I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had this amazing experience, and I could feel like electricity up both my arms.
Yeah.
And they, like, even 3 months later, after that first attunement, I was still having to shake it off. It was that full of energy.
What? That's hectic.
Yeah, and I was.
Wait, is this how you got your nickname, like Lightning Jai?
Yeah. So
you're like, let's not talk about that.
Yeah. So nowadays I do healings with my hands on people, but in that actual the course, I was healing people like, what's that, half a meter. I mean, you know, sending healing to them like half a meter above their body, and they were feeling the electricity, and that's where it came from. So but that was literally my first I don't know, metaphysical interaction where I thought, wow, there's something there, and then I started to base my life around it, because I'm not taking from people, I'm helping people, and that was incredibly fulfilling, as it is to this day. In fact, I woke up this morning thinking, oh my God, I am just so grateful that I get to come and do this show. Like, we just get to literally talk shit. Like, dead set.
Talk about important topics and no, I'm just joking.
That tends to resonate. The amount of comments that we get from people saying, oh my God, like, there's stuff that you talk about, like, I don't think you realize how much it resonates with me. And I'm like,
I know. I know. It's actually really cool. I'm the same. You know, waking up and you just go, I get people go, oh, you know, you probably like, oh, you know, do you get to the end of the day sometimes, and you know, I get people obviously trying to relate to me, and they're like, "Oh, you must just be so exhausted." I'm like, "Nope,
Yeah.
I am supercharged."
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if I mentioned this to you before, but I was talking to Kelly yesterday, and she's like, a couple of days ago, she said,
That's his partner.
yeah, that's my wifey,
Mm.
and she goes, "Oh, when we retire, we should go, I don't know, to buy this house or do this sort of stuff." And I'm like, I can't imagine myself retiring. Like there's no picture in my mind that could represent the idea of me retiring, because why would I want to when life is so perfect as it is?
No,
that's what happens when you follow your passion, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's really big for me to say, because I was
150%.
in a job that I was not passionate about for a long time.
Yeah, it does make such a big difference. And like I'm similar to you. I mean, Shane and I talk about, you know, we'll talk about like, oh, okay, you know, when we go to retire, but we're like, hang on, like we're not gonna be retiring.
Yeah, like what would be like the point of it?
Yeah, we're both
to stop doing healings on people, like,
doing what we want to do. Like, you know, I think sometimes there is a point where you kind of get used to. I know for me, like I've been doing. Because I've been living this for so like there are times, I will be completely transparent, there are times where I get kind of used to it, and I'm like, you know, and people talk about job, I'm like yeah, you know, just have clients, like help people, and then I take a step back, I'm like, hang on a second, like because you get used
I'm actually doing things that people would only ever dream of. And
I think the biggest thing is, like, you know, when you make that decision and go, okay, I'm going to follow my passion, that's massive. And then you start to realize just how, I don't know about you, but for me, I started to realize just how conditioned I was to follow this, you know, I guess cookie cutter type of existence. And you're like, wow, I don't need to do that.
Oh, that was huge for me. Not just for me, but for my whole family. Like there's so much at stake.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, when you're used to building a life, we sort of worked in the same industry where we get paid a lot of commissions, and you had to base yourself around that, right? It's hard to be able to justify letting that go. Like I was paid pretty handsomely just to keep me there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Because they could see that the writing was on the wall. Like I was a business manager trying to be spiritual, and then morphed into a spiritual person trying to be a business manager. Which is very different.
That's hard.
You know, but they needed me there. So they had to pay me accordingly, and that's the only reason why I stayed for so long. But
I had a similar thing where like they transferred me. I used to get paid. They transfer me from project to project. Essentially, I go in and fix a bunch of their systems, admin, like, you know, contracts, whatever else. And they knew like where I was at. To be fair, at the start, I loved it. I got paid to travel around. They put me up in a house or pay for my accommodation, and you know, it was great. But it was just that point where you do. I think the reality is that everyone reaches a breaking point, and there's something to be said. I'm actually going to say this. It is not endurance in that context is toxic. Like people think like, oh, you know, it's just work. Like, you know, you don't have to love it. Like there's that whole thing. You don't have to love it. You just go to work and you do your thing, and then, you know, that's done. Just compartmentalize. No, that is so toxic, and you don't want to endure. Why should you have to endure most of your life? Because that's what it is. You're spending most of your life working.
Look, it's easier said
do what you
than done
love.
to just up and bail out. There's for a lot of people there's a lot on the line.
Oh, definitely.
Especially when they've been doing it for that long that they're conditioned that they don't know what they're passionate about.
And that's the hardest part. That was my thing as well. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I knew that I hated what I was doing. Like to the point where I'd wake up and I would just almost be in tears. I just wouldn't want to go to work. And Shane turned to me and just said,
and that turns into anxiety. Even
it was just horrible, you know. And I was driving, like this was when I was working down in Brisbane, so I was driving down to Brisbane from the Sunshine Coast every day.
Yeah.
You know,
which you almost needed that hour though, just to try and psych yourself up. Because I found that because I had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Shane just turned to me one day and goes, well, you love like all your spiritual stuff like this, you feel light and you know, you love it. Do that. And I was already doing it because I was already doing some, you know, card readings or whatever for people.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough, and I understand that I was in a completely different position to a lot of other people where I just went, okay, well, you're right. Like, I got my Fallout Boy, no. I got Shane, I got my backup man. Yeah. So, you know, and he did. He was incredibly supportive, so it made it easy that I quit and then had and just went for it. But it's a lot harder when, you know, well, I can empathize. It's a lot harder, like you said, when you're conditioned or you've got a family. Yeah,
not just you conditioned,
and a mortgage.
But your partner is also conditioned as well with their own beliefs and
there's a lot of resistance.
Every other bills.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, I think that kind of thing. I get a lot of people ask me like, oh, you know, what's my passion, and that's why one of the reasons why I've been going more into the soul type of stuff, because the reality is that they know, they actually do know. And once you clear away all of that clutter and debris, they just go, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, football.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be a tennis star. But yeah. I think
Imagine finding out, like you're 40.
Oh.
Yeah, and your purpose was to be a tennis star. Well, better get started.
I feel like, but you know, it's funny. Some people have gone, oh, I found my passion, and they're like 50 years old, and they're just gone, oh, it's dancing, and you're like, yeah,
do it,
and they go do it, and they have a great, they're enjoying themselves, and and you'll have I've had conversations with clients like that, and they go, oh yeah, I've always been drawn to it. It just never. Because all of that debris and clutter has just been pushed on there, and they still. We've seen there's a lady that I think I saw this. She was like 90. It's like 97 or 98 years old, teaching dance classes.
Yeah. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's the life. Still teaching ballet classes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm like, hell yeah. That to me, that's retirement.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to do a session with you just to find out what my purpose is, but I feel like I already am doing it.
You already are.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty immersed.
I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
on something you already know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I'm already immersed in it, and I'm a lot more trusting than I was a year ago and whatever, and part of that's to do with the downloads, and part of that's to do with the support network. So for people, when you're going through an awakening of sorts, the dark night of the soul, etc., it's so important to have a support network around of high vibrational people, especially if you're an empath.
Yep.
So empaths, as everyone would, or as most people would know, can pick up energy, right? It's one thing to be able to pick up energy, but empaths naturally gravitate towards the negative energy in a room.
Because they're like, we can fix it.
Yeah, because they are wounded healers.
Yeah.
And that's why in fact, I was just having the same conversation with someone this morning, that it's like, that going through the same thing in their awakening, because they're just feeling all the negativity. They're also feeling the positivity and taking that in, but it just doesn't resonate with them because they want to help people, even though they can't understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part before, when you don't realize you're awakening, and then you're just starting to feel shit, and you're starting to have negative thoughts, and you don't know why, and you don't realize that they're not your thoughts.
And you notice because your sensitivity starts to increase. Because you have, basically, this is the way I'd summarize it. Like, when you're more aware, obviously that awareness is going to translate that you've got a bigger awareness or a bigger scope of awareness of energy, which means that you're therefore going to pick up, or that feedback loop between people and yourself is going to increase and get more intense.
Yeah.
I totally understand what you're talking about, and I think when a lot of people go through that awakening stage, one of the things that I get a lot is people go, oh my God, like, you know, what if like my relationship breaks down, or like I don't want to lose this, I don't want to lose that, and like they get so focused on what they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And to be fair, some people go through awakenings and they do have, you know, their marriages break down, or you know, their relationships, or even just find it like they lose their jobs, or like to be fair, you know, I can understand the concern.
Yeah.
But like you said, I feel like that energy kind of propagates or like increases if you're also not surrounding yourself with higher vibrational people.
Correct. Yeah.
Because you're just going to keep you've got your awareness on that energy. You're going to keep increasing and manifesting what you don't want.
Correct. So that's exactly my point. It's one thing having a support network, which is super, super important, but you need to be aware and make sure that those people are high vibrational people. You know, if you don't, then reach out to myself and Lexi. We have a soul tribe. And it's really important, because sometimes you might have a group of people that you think may help you, but they may be hindering you because of their own issues and vibration and their own varying levels of their awakening process. And as you know, being an empath, that's not conducive to a positive awakening if you just constantly picking up those negative things, and that ends up manifesting into real issues in your own reality. So,
which then also reinforces that feeling that you're losing stuff.
Yeah. So
I think even if you are surrounded,
reach out if you need to.
I think
so
even
important.
Just quickly, I think even if you are surrounded by what you would perceive to be as like negative people, I think it's really important just to note that the more you focus instead on your soul, it will make it a lot easier for you to see the people that actually are helping or the people that are hindering. Because otherwise you're just going to keep trying to use your head to navigate and to work out what energy you need to connect with, what energy you need to release, and that is exhausting. But like Jai said, you know, we've got a great tribe, and we're, you know, the biggest thing is that support. And you know,
so just don't think that you don't have that support, because you have us, and we're easy to reach out to. We're on everything. We're big on TikTok. I don't know if you realize we're huge on TikTok.
I'm like big on TikTok, or just spend a lot of time on TikTok. But we are on all of the social media channels.
So reach out.
Actually, except Snapchat,
not Snapchat.
Not Snapchat. Okay, I think that probably sums us up, rounds us out.
Yeah, I think that's us.
I don't know what the phrase is.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
cool.
Thanks for joining us again and sticking with us, and we'll see you back here again for the next one.
And quickly, if you like our podcast, please give us a rating on Spotify and help boost us up.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Please.
If that's a thing, do that.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Thank you. Love you.